Good day to everybody out there. I'm having this pear for lunch. Actually, I've had this morning. It's after 12. We on the Pacific Standard Time, so we on the West Coast. It's 12:26 right now, and I broke my fast. I had breakfast at around 11:45. I usually like to start around 12, but this morning this rising I started around 11:45, 11:50, almost 12, and I had a big thing of blueberries. And whenever I break my fast, I like to break my fast with fruits. And, I'm going to chase it with this. But, you know, people ask me about health and wellness. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I just know what works for my body. And I'll start by saying this. Excuse me. By the way, people always ask, you eat organic fruit or not, or non-organic? Some fruit I eat non-organic, and some fruit, it has to be organic. This is non-organic. Those blueberries were organic. Will I eat a non-organic blueberry? I would. Depending on the circumstances, I would. I don't get caught up into that stuff like that. I'd rather have non-organic fruit than to eat chemical-induced meat any day. I'll save that. But health is not that difficult. It's only difficult from where we've come from. To maintain it, it's not that difficult. And I'm going to tell you why, in my opinion. The body is mostly made up of water. 60, 70, 80% water. The body. So don't you think it makes sense to put in foods that are highly concentrated in water? Like this pear, it's over 80% water. Those blueberries were over 80% water. So it only makes sense to me to put in foods that are high in water content. Watermelon, 90+% water. Cucumber, 90+% water. Romaine lettuce, 90+% water. Mangoes, over 80. If your body is mostly made up of water, it only makes sense to put in foods that have high water content. Why? Because those foods are more easily digestible for the body. So it doesn't take a lot of energy for your body to break that food down. It's able to break it down within minutes and use the energy. When you're eating bread, starches, meat, dry foods get stuck. If you leave meat in your sink and come back 2 days later, 3 days later, it's going to be a smell. Or if you leave it in the trash, it's going to be a smell. So just imagine putting dry foods in your body. And not only putting dry foods in your body, you're not allowing those dry foods the proper time to digest. It takes longer for them to break down and digest because they're dry. And the more you put food in your body, the less that food is digested that you've already eaten. So if I've eaten this morning bacon, eggs, cheese, scrapple, sausage, and a muffin, right? 7 o'clock this morning. If that's what I had for breakfast, that food isn't going to break down in a matter of a few hours. That's going to take probably a few days to break down. Now, honestly, I don't know how long it would take to break that food down. Let's just say give it 24 hours. Let's just say it gives it 24 hours to break down. That's if you don't put nothing else in your body. Most of us, that 7 o'clock meal, we'll go to work and we'll have a snack. 10, 11 o'clock, we want a snack before lunch. That snack is now taking time away from what you were digesting, right? And now the digestive system has to focus on breaking that snack down. Now we've taken the snack, we've had the snack, 45 minutes later we go to lunch. We're having a lunch, a cheesesteak sub, or whatever we packed that day from dinner the night before, right? Now the digestive system has stopped working on breaking down the snack. Now the digestive system is working on breaking down the lunch. Okay, so now the breakfast that we've had is still waiting to be broken down. The snack that we had is still waiting to be broken down. And now we're focusing on the lunch. Okay, before we get off work, we take another 15-minute break. We have another bag of chips or snack or whatever it is. It's the same cycle. So we never really give the digestive system the time to break down. What happens then? The same thing that happens when you leave that meat in the trash can. It begins to create putrefaction, worms, maggots, because it's sitting in your gut, not digesting and not being getting rid of. You're not getting rid of it. And that's why high water content fruits are the best thing for the body, at least to me. Good for the skin, good for your overall mental health, good for endurance and conditioning and working out, building muscle, losing weight. It shows everything starts to show your six pack, all your muscle definition. While you're eating that food, the bread, the starches, the crackers, the meat, the dairy, that stuff, you have to work out double time just to work that shit off. And like I was always told, you can never outwork a bad diet. Stuff like this, do me a little cardio, some push-ups, got my resistance band, and some power walking throughout the neighborhood. I'm great. But eating that kind of food, if your metabolism ain't right, it grows on you. You have a double chin, big stomach, and it's hard to get it off of you. Now you're working on your summer body, and you'll never get there. Because a lot of us don't have the discipline to keep it up. But I tell you like this, when you come into trying to do a new lifestyle like this with the fruits and the vegetables and the nuts and seeds and the herbal teas, it takes time. And a lot of people really don't last because they never cleanse out the internal. When you take your car in to get an oil change, the mechanic always drains out the old oil before he puts in the new. Your body is similar. You have to get rid of the old before you put in the new, if you want the best results. Now, no one's saying you have to, and the best way to get that done is fasting, water fasting, juice cleansing. Fruits will help to loosen up the hardened waste material that's sitting in the intestines surrounding the colon line. It'll help loosen that material, loosen it up and get it out of you. But it's very difficult for that to happen if you haven't fasted. Fasting is a powerful remedy and everybody's not built for it. That's why fruits and juices and smoothies are one of the best, a better alternative to fasting for the people that can't do it right away. And a lot of us can't do it. Myself personally, I changed the diet up first, and then I got rid of, May of 2017, I got rid of beef, chicken, steak, pork, turkey, and all that stuff. Still kept fish, and I had left dairy in the diet. November of the same year, 2017, the day after on Thanksgiving, Black Friday, I did a 1-day water fast. That was a piece of cake. The next week, I did a 3.5-day water fast. That was difficult. That was one of the most hardest things I've ever done. That felt harder than the 14 days that I did. 2 weeks later, I did 7 days on water. A month and a half later, I did 14 days. And during that 14 days, I kept a journal. I don't know where that journal is right now. And I think it's back at my mother's house. And during that 14 days, you'd be surprised how many times you can go to the bathroom. That's how I know that there's things that are still sitting in there that hasn't been removed yet. Because during that 14 days, I went to the bathroom several times, and it was messy looking. And my stomach, every time I had to go to the bathroom, it would wake me up out of my stomach. It felt like something was squeezing. But I went. I'd rather have it out of me than in me. So you have to get rid of what's in you. And then once you get rid of what's in you, it doesn't take much for I can eat about 5 of these, 6 of these, those blueberries I had, and I'm good for the day. And to be honest with you, I had this 16-ounce coconut water right behind me, right behind this camera. I had those blueberries, and I could have been okay. I went on and had these. I done had 2 pairs so far as well. But my body has adjusted so well. My stomach has shrunk. Your stomach is only this big. Now that all of that mess is out of my stomach, I'm able to extract and assimilate a lot of the minerals that are in these foods. Fiber helps you feel full longer. And it helps the body digest and get rid of waste. So in order to get started on a lifestyle like this, knock out the beef, knock out the meats, the dairy, the processed foods, and anything that is causing you harm. And I say this all the time. If you're taking the herbs without changing your diet or your lifestyle, because we don't even like to use the term diet, D-I-E-T, we like to call it a live it. So if you haven't changed your live it and you're taking the herbal teas, it's just the same as a nicotine smoker, cigarette smoker, who smokes cigarettes with the nicotine patch on. They cancel each other out. So you're not doing your body any justice by trying to take herbal teas and herbal capsules by still eating meat and dairy products and processed foods. Once you get your body cleansed out a particular way, and it takes time, but if you're really focused in your discipline, it'll be gone. The time will be gone before you know it. And I'm not saying you can't eat cooked foods anymore. You can still eat cooked foods. But to go back to what you were doing that puts you in the state that you're in, whether it's sickness, whether it's lethargic, whether it's mind being fogged, brain fog, whether it's overweight, whatever it may be that got you to where you are today, to where you're not happy and you're thinking about blood pressure's high, diabetes, whatever it was, you won't go back to that, because now these fresh fruits will be nourishing. You can still have cooked foods, season your foods your vegetables and everything the way you want. There's so many different alternatives out here nowadays. Oyster mushrooms, the mushrooms they have, lots of things that they're making in the mock fish and everything, if you want to take that path. I'm mostly fruit myself. I'll say majority of my lifestyle is fruit. I'll have a nice big salad. If I eat enough fruit throughout the day, I don't even really care to have nothing at night. And then another thing is, when you stop eating, try to stop eating no later than 6 or 7 o'clock. And if you're all going to have something after 6 or 7 o'clock, have a piece of fruit. Nothing heavy. Nothing heavy on the body, because trying to go to sleep and break that food down, most of the time, it's not going to get broken down while you sleep. So your body's going to be working overtime, and it's actually distracting you from your sleep. When I eat too much at night, or if I eat something heavy after the 6 or 7 o'clock time, I feel it when I wake up in the morning. And I'll say this, when you start to eat clean fruits and vegetables, lot of hydration. Your skin starts to brighten up. The smells from when you go to the bathroom, they start to go away. Underarm, underpits, you don't need more deodorant. In fact, if you are going to use any type of deodorant to get rid of smell, use something natural like a key lime. Cut a key lime in half and spray and squeeze that. And that'll last all day. I don't even take showers every day nowadays. Unless I'm really doing some strenuous work and I'm sweating. And even then, I might just take a wash rag, wipe under my pits with some soap, and I'm good. But the smells that I used to have before I switched up my lifestyle, powder in between my legs because of sweating, feet was raunchy, underarms was just messy after a few hours. It's really not pleasant. Everything that's in you is coming out of you. All of the alcohol coming out through your pores. And that's why a lot of us get cancer from skin cancer. We drink wine, we drink Hennessy, we drink Parmesan and all these cheap liquors, even if they're expensive. Those chemicals in those liquors and alcohol, when they come out when you're sweating, to me, that's what causes the skin cancer. When you're eating things like this that provide electrolytes and a whole bunch of fresh hydration, this comes out in the pores and it creates a natural sheen. I don't need any lotion, no oil, none of that. Now, if I was over in New York, where it's cold at, I might have to say I might need something, but I'm not going to put anything on my skin that I can't put in my mouth. So if I'm in one of those cold environments, Chicago, New York City, Philadelphia during the wintertime, I'm going to use something like coconut oil on my skin. But majority of the time, nowadays, I don't put nothing on my skin. I don't give a damn how ashy I get, unless it's causing me to crack up and my lips or something, then I'll put something on them. But let's think about this. If your body is mostly made up of water, then it makes sense to put water content foods in your body. And you will be so much better. You will feel so much better. You will get so much quality sleep. Your dreams will be vivid. Exercise and routine, you'll be able to outrun everybody. You won't be as tired as you was. Because your body is healing. Your body will have more chance to heal. You start working out, your muscles ache. Sometimes when you first start working out again, it takes days for your muscles to repair. Not saying it doesn't take days when you're not eating like this. When you are eating like this, but it's a much quicker process. Believe me when I tell you, I'm living proof. If this shit didn't work, I wouldn't even promote it, to be honest with you. Chicken tastes too good. I love the taste of chicken, fried chicken. I love the texture of fried fish. But if this didn't work, I wouldn't do it. I grew up 11, 12, 13-year-old nosebleeds. My family used to always blame it on the heat. Come to find out, when I got arrested, went to boot camp, took my blood pressure. I got high blood pressure. Give me water pills. So it was coming from the blood. Once you start reading about high blood pressure symptoms, nosebleeds is one of the symptoms. Ever since I changed up my lifestyle, I haven't had any nosebleeds. Now, again, it didn't just happen with me just stop eating those foods. I had to fast. And then things started to really change. Once I fasted, things started to really change. It was no question. And it's not about once you fast, breaking the fast is just as important, if not, it's just as important as the fast. Because if you break the fast wrong, you can hurt yourself. If you fast for a long period of time, 14, 21 days, and then break that fast with some bullshit food, you can put your body in a shock and kill yourself if you're going in with the wrong foods. I did the 14-day fast and I broke it with fresh pressed juice. I made a mistake because I introduced nuts back into my diet far too soon. And then when I did that, I had the wrong nuts. I put pistachios in my body, and they just don't work well. No nut do, because they're full of fats and it takes them a while to break down. But my stomach being as fragile as it was and delicate, putting those nuts in my body so quickly, it was within a week, putting those nuts in my body so quickly, I'm on a flight from Philadelphia to Los Angeles, and I felt it, and I'm still eating the whole bag, not knowing what it was. And then I realized it. Damn, see, you messed up the fast. So now I have to take a couple more days off just so my stomach can calm down from the nuts and the fats. It was crazy. So, if your body is mostly made up of water, put hydrating fruits in your body and watch what happens. Oh, I've been on the toilet all day. That's what you want. You don't want that stuff sitting in your body. Oh, I got diarrhea. That's what you want. You don't want that stuff sitting in your body. It stinks. I got to go to work. I can't. So what? You having a bad stomach day. It'll last. It ain't going to last for a long time. It'll last for whatever. So what? Get it out of you. You don't want that stuff sitting in you. It's causing a lot of sicknesses, mucus, worms. You heard? So we got to stop making this health stuff complicated. If you want to listen to people talk big words to you and that, go listen to that. But it's really not that deep. It's simple. Your body is mostly made up of water. Put more high water content foods in your body. We can see that this is oxidizing as I'm sitting here talking. The air is hitting it. You know what I'm saying? So we got to sharpen up. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And because you are where you are today, look, we have to get better every day. You fall off the wagon today, get back on it an hour from now. If you can't do it an hour from now, tomorrow, right? Get back on it tomorrow. It's still going to be there. But you have to continuously progress every day. There's no reason why you shouldn't be trying to make and take your life to the next level. Oh, you done got skinny. You look like you sick. Says who? How do you feel? I don't care about what you think about what I look. Oh, you look gaunt. Your face is sinking in. Your body's going to get rid of the waste and what it doesn't need. It will pick back up what it needs over time if you're doing it long enough. Stop worrying about what people think about you. You don't have to worry about what people think about you. They're going to always have something to say, even when you're looking your best. They're going to always have something to say. So you're going to have to start tuning people out. Damn, you lost all that weight. You look like you got the bug. I don't feel like I got the bug. A lot of us are overweight. And, I'm not here to put you down. All I'm here is to build you up. I'm here to build you up. And every once in a while, let you look in that mirror. I might say something off every once in a while, but the whole point of this is to give you perspective. Give you perspective. If your body is mostly made up of water, put high water content foods in your body. You will never take your vehicle and pour a bowl of sugar in it, in the gas tank. You just won't. But you'll take that same sugar and mix it in your Kool-Aid. You'll mix it in your sweet potatoes. You'll mix it in a lot of things. Your body is the most important vehicle on the planet that you'll ever drive. This is the most important mansion that you'll ever live in. And without this, you're not going anywhere fast. Treat that shit like it. Once you start treating your body like it's the most important asset on the planet, you will not let anyone deter you from getting to where you got to get, no matter how you look in that process. Because eventually you're going to get to where you want to get to. Trust and believe me. People talk about it all the time. You've gotten so skinny. You've gotten so slim. I'd rather be slim than to be fat. I'm not anorexia. That's a disease. an eating disorder, that's a mental problem. You'll get sick because you're tired. Once you start putting good foods in your body, you're going to go through detox because toxins are now being released into the bloodstream, right? That's okay. That shit might last 3 to 4 days. Endure it. You get sick, you got to go through the sickness anyway. Whenever you get sick, flu, cold, whatever it is, you got to go through at least a week of sickness. That's involuntary. When you're going through a sickness because you're detoxing, that's voluntary. And then you may not have to go through another sickness a day in your life if you continue on your journey of putting fresh, hydrating fruits in your body. You just might not have to. Anyhow, take your health serious. Drive this shit like it's the Benz, the Bugatti, whatever luxury car they calling the best out there today. The Rolls Royce. This is the Rolls Royce. This is the 6-bedroom, 7-bath, 2,500 square foot home on a half acre of land. This is all of that and more. Without this, you can't even possess none of that shit. So take and treat your health like it is your wealth, because it is. That's your most important wealth. This body, your health. Peace.